What's up, family? Welcome back to the channel. If you love inside stories, real recruiting drama, and the truth behind women's college basketball power moves, you're in the right place. Before we dive in, make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications, because stories like this don't come around often. Tonight, we're pulling back the curtain on one of the most fascinating recruiting decisions in women's basketball: Alicia Tournebize choosing Dawn Staley in South Carolina over Kim Mulkey and LSU. And trust me, the reasons go way deeper than wins or star power. When Alicia Tournebize first entered the American basketball conversation, many fans didn't fully understand what kind of player she was. Some saw highlights. Some heard the name. Others knew the bloodline, the daughter of French basketball legend Isabelle Fijalkowski. But behind all of that was a young woman already playing professional basketball in Europe, already facing grown woman competition, already learning what it means to survive in a system where development isn't promised, it's earned. So when the time came for Alicia to choose her NCAA future, she wasn't looking for hype. She was looking for truth. From the beginning, LSU and Kim Mulkey were very much in the picture. LSU had the rings, the recent championship buzz, the spotlight, and one of the most polarizing and successful coaches in the sport. On paper, it made sense. Mulkey's program sells confidence, fire, and immediate relevance. But as Alicia would later reveal, recruiting isn't about paper. It's about how you feel when the lights are off and the cameras aren't rolling. Alicia has spoken openly about how her conversations with Dawn Staley felt different. Not louder. Not flashier. Just real. She described Staley as someone who didn't sell her a dream, she explained a process. Dawn talked about patience, growth, accountability, and sacrifice. She didn't promise stardom. She promised development. And for a player who had already seen what rushed systems could do to young talent, that mattered more than anything. As Alicia explained, Dawn Staley didn't recruit her like a trophy, she recruited her like a project. A long-term investment. Someone who would be molded, challenged, protected, and eventually unleashed. That tone immediately set South Carolina apart. Alicia felt that Dawn wasn't trying to convince her, she was trying to understand her. The more Alicia learned about South Carolina's culture, the more it aligned with her values. The program wasn't built around one player. It wasn't about instant gratification. It was about earning trust. Alicia saw how Dawn handled international players, how she protected them during adjustment periods, and how she prioritized mental strength just as much as physical dominance. For someone coming from Europe, that was critical. In contrast, while LSU presented opportunity, Alicia admitted she felt uncertainty. Not fear, uncertainty. She didn't feel the same clarity about her role, her timeline, or her long-term development. And that wasn't a shot at Kim Mulkey, it was an honest reflection of fit. Alicia recognized that Mulkey's system demands immediate impact, immediate fire, immediate production. And while that works for many players, Alicia knew she was stepping into a new country, a new style of play, and a new lifestyle. She didn't want to rush that process and risk losing herself in the noise. One of the most powerful moments in Alicia's story is when she explained how Dawn Staley spoke to her about growth without ego. Dawn made it clear that South Carolina doesn't bend its culture for talent, talent adapts to the culture. And instead of being intimidated by that, Alicia felt relieved. She wanted structure. She wanted discipline. She wanted accountability. She didn't want shortcuts. Alicia also talked about how South Carolina felt like a family, not just a program. From the trainers to the assistants to the veteran players, everything felt connected. She saw players being celebrated even when they weren't stars. She saw teammates pushing each other without jealousy. She saw an environment where confidence wasn't forced, it was built over time. Another key factor was how Dawn Staley handled honesty. Alicia revealed that Dawn openly discussed challenges she would face, physicality, speed, expectations, and didn't sugarcoat the road ahead. That honesty created trust. Alicia knew that if Dawn was willing to be real before she committed, she would be real after she arrived. The decision became clearer with every conversation. Alicia wasn't choosing against LSU, she was choosing for herself. She was choosing a place where her transition would be respected. Where her background would be valued. Where her voice would be heard. When Alicia finally committed to South Carolina, it wasn't with fireworks or controversy. It was calm. Confident. Grounded. And that told you everything you needed to know. This wasn't a decision made for headlines, it was a decision made for longevity. As Alicia prepares to join the Gamecocks, the expectations are high, but the foundation is solid. She's walking into a program that understands patience. a coach who understands growth, and a culture that understands that greatness isn't rushed, it's constructed brick by brick. Looking back, Alicia's choice sends a powerful message to young players everywhere: choose fit over fame, development over noise, truth over hype. In an era where social media can distort reality and recruiting can feel like a performance, Alicia Tournebize chose authenticity. And that's why this story matters. Because years from now, when people look back at Alicia's career, they won't just talk about where she played, they'll talk about why she chose where she played. And that reason was Dawn Staley. And as we wrap this one up, remember, decisions like Alicia Tournebize aren't made for headlines, they're made for legacy. In a world where hype can cloud judgment and instant success is often glorified, Alicia chose patience, development, and truth. She chose a coach who didn't promise her the spotlight, but promised to prepare her for it. Dawn Staley didn't recruit Alicia with noise, she recruited her with vision. And that says everything about the culture at South Carolina. This wasn't about choosing against LSU or Kim Mulkey. This was about choosing the right environment at the right moment in a young player's journey. Now the real story begins. The work, the growth, the pressure, and the opportunity to prove that the quiet decisions often lead to the loudest results. Alicia Tournebize is stepping into a system that has built champions, developed professionals, and protected players, and the rest of the country is about to see why this choice mattered. But I want to hear from you. Did Alicia make the right decision choosing Dawn Staley in South Carolina? Or do you think LSU would have unlocked her potential faster? Drop your thoughts in the comments, let's talk basketball. If you enjoyed this inside story, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications, because we're bringing you real stories, real context, and real hoops every single time. Thanks for watching, stay locked in, and we'll see you in the next one.